Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to guide you through chair yoga. We will practice together for 30 minutes. So just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches are not working for you, you can always skip them, comment out, and modify. And things that you will need for the class today is you'll just need a chair that you feel comfortable in. So this could be a chair that's at your desk. This could be a folding chair or a chair similar to the one that I have that doesn't have arms so that you have a little bit more space to move. But any chair will work. And if you have a chair that has wheels and you're able to put them in the lock position, you may want to do that just so that you're not rolling around too much. So the thing that I love the most about this class is that it is a wonderful full body stretch. And all of these stretches that we will do today, you can easily incorporate into your work day, which is wonderful. So if you're having a little bit of neck tension, you can think back to a couple of stretches that we do today and easily do them, even if you have just 10 seconds, 30 seconds. There's really no amount that's too big or too small. You can just get a little stretch in and help to release that tension. So as we start today, I just wanted to share a story that I came across the other day. I remember reading this many years ago, and I just came across it again. So it's a nice refresher and a nice reminder. So in this story, it had talked about how there was a photograph of the Flatiron Building in 1920. And when you look at the photo, the thing that really stood out was that everyone was standing with amazing posture. Everybody was standing up so tall, walking with this kind of air of confidence and strength. And then fast forward 100 years, they took a photo of people in 2020. And they said it was really remarkable to see the difference between people's postures. So in 2020, almost everybody had their phone out, they were rounding forward, their head was coming forward. And the article talked about, how bad our posture can be nowadays and how bad it is for our health. So when we are sitting a lot and also standing, looking down at our phone like this, what's happening is our head begins to come forward and then our hips begin to shoot back out. And this creates a lot of compression in the front of our body. So the muscles in the front of our body, they shorten, and the muscles in the back of our body, they lengthen. So then our body becomes imbalanced. And anytime there's an imbalance in anything, that can lead to, injury, discomfort, things like that. So it's really natural for us to have, back pain, neck pain, things like that, because all of these muscles are lengthening and all of these muscles are shortening. So that's why I love yoga so much, because it really can help to create a bit more balance in our body. It can help us a lot with our posture, and especially this class, it can really help with posture, keeping the spine straight, engaging the core, things like that. The other thing the article went on to talk about too is that as we're rounding forward, we actually compress our organs, which they need, space. And back in the day, they did have that. So they were just sharing that, they're seeing a lot of new things come into doctors' offices, and really it's a result of our posture and us looking at a phone like this, letting our head hang heavy. So, maybe just thinking back to this little story that I'm sharing with you, throughout the day, when we're, in line at the store and we're like this, maybe we hold our phone up and we're like that. Maybe when we're driving and we're just like, stuck in traffic and we're rounding, maybe we think to lengthen our spine, relax the shoulders. And same thing at the work desk. Maybe you're, working on many things and you find yourself rounding a bit. Maybe just think back to that story, try to engage your core a little bit, see if maybe you can sit on the edge of your seat to help lengthen your spine a little bit more. And I think that will really help you to, bring more balance into the front of the body and the back of the body. And we're going to work a lot with that today. So I'm really glad that everybody's here. So as we start today, let's take a comfortable seated position. So you may want to scoot towards the edge of your seat, and that will just help you to elongate your spine, to engage your core, and can also help your shoulders to relax. So what happens when we sit into the back of our chair, we round a little bit, and it's not always the best posture. So this will just help a bit. Give yourself a moment here to close your eyes. And then as we do a little settling and a little grounding here, just maybe scan your body and notice where you might be holding on to tension. And then with each exhale, try to let that tension go. Notice if the eyebrows are holding tension, maybe they're a little furled, holding tension. Try to let them go with your exhale. Try to relax your jaw. Notice if tension is being held in the shoulders. Try to relax your shoulders as well. And then check in and feel yourself breathing in and breathing out through your nose. And through our time together today, try to continue breathing in and out through our nose. So if we breathe through the mouth, that can activate fight or flight response. And breathing in and out through the nose helps us to stay calm and relaxed and really helps to soothe the nervous system. Feel free to take time to set an intention. So intention would just be your own personal goal or desire of the class. And that could be that you want to take some time for yourself to recharge a little bit. It might be that you are holding tension in a particular area of your body and you would just like to bring some circulation and get the blood flowing to that area. Let's take a moment here. We will take our right hand. Let's reach it up and over and reach for the left side of your head. Take a full breath here to lengthen and soften your right ear to your right shoulder as you exhale. And try not to move with force on this one. It's just a very gentle suggestion of the ear to the shoulder. Let's begin to gently release. Realigning here, right hand lowers, left hand rises. Let's take a nice full breath here. And left ear to left shoulder as you breathe out. And maybe noticing if the stretch feels very similar on this side of your body to the first side of the body that we worked on. And we will release. Let's let that one go. Let's take our right hand up and over, and we're going to land in a side stretch here. So we'll just sweep that hand up and over. Let's bring in a little bit of lateral flexibility into the spine. And try to create this long line that flows from your right heel or right hip to your right fingertips. Core engages. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Right hand lowers, left hand rises. And breathe so deeply here. Almost imagine that you could create some space in between the ribs. So if all of these little intercostal muscles, we'll give them a nice, good stretch. Great. Let's bring ourselves back to center. We're going to take our right hand up and over, reach for the left side of the head again. And this time, let's take our gaze to the right underarm and then gaze right down towards the ground. And we can use our hand to draw us into that stretch a little bit better. And then maybe with each exhale, just moving a bit deeper into the stretch. And coming back on through the center, we'll realign here. Right hand lowers, left hand rises. Gaze to the underarm on the left side, and then gently encourage the head down. And release. Hand relaxes down. Let's take a moment here to circle the torso. So just gently shifting the weight around from side to side. So shifting the weight to the right sitting bone, and then shifting the weight to the left sitting bone. And this is a wonderful movement for releasing tension in your low back, in the mid back, and getting into the upper back a bit. Circle in the other direction. So we will just reverse that movement. And as you're circling here, just feeling your body reacting to the movement. So as we shift our weight to the right, maybe feel your left sitting bone, feeling your left leg lifting up and lifting from the chair a little bit. Let's come to a neutral spine here. We are going to take our right arm onto our right leg. So you're just going to kind of relax your elbow down. Maybe your wrist can dangle down towards the ground. And then let's tape our left hand up as we exhale. So we're just going to try a variation of a seated spinal twist. And with your in breath, let's try to feel our spine lengthen. And then on your out breath, allow for your twist to deepen. Let's bring ourselves back to neutral. Left arm softens down, right hand rises on the exhale. Try to roll your right shoulder back a little bit and just see if that helps you move a little deeper into your twist. So we'll feel that left shoulder rolling under slightly. Let's take it back to center. Let's try that one more time on each side. Right hand softens down, left hand rises up. So our open twist, let's try to breathe here into the stomach, the ribs, the chest. And then on your exhale, try to release from your chest, ribs, and the stomach. Left hand lowers, right hand rises. Take that nice full breath in to open. And also breathing into your twist for your back body. So we want to breathe into our low back, mid back, and upper back twist. And then releasing from the upper, mid, and low back. Great, let's come on back to center. We'll realign here. Gently relaxing your hands down. Let's create shoulder shrugs. So draw your shoulders to your ears. Try to create a bit of tension. Maybe make fists with the hands. And then relax your hands down. Let's relax our shoulders down. Shoulders up. Let's do tense, tense, tense. And let it go. Let's move with our breath here for a moment. Good. And then as you relax your hands down, let's take our shoulders up, back, and down. Bring out your feet nice and wide and let your toes turn out and let your heels shift in. So work a little bit with a seated stretch and with legs nice and wide. So you just want to probably scoot towards the edge of the seat as best as you can. Let's bring our right arm onto our right leg. We're going to float our left arm up and over. We'll land in a side stretch here. And as you're breathing here, try to ground into your left sitting bone. Sometimes as we put the weight to the right, you're going to feel that left sitting bone lift up a little bit. So try to press it down, ground evenly here. Core engages, left hand lowers, right hand rises. Let's take that nice full breath here. And try to ground evenly into your feet as well. Press into that right sitting bone. And release. Let's put ourselves down. We're going to bring our hands down towards the ground and trying out a twist here. So let's take our left hand, plant it right in front of your face, and that right hand will reach to the sky as you exhale. So you can take your hand to the sky, maybe wrap your arm around your low back, reach for the other hip crease, and maybe take a half bind here. And release. Let's float the hand down. We'll do a little realignment here. Right hand plants, left hand rises on exhale. And then as that left hand is reaching to the sky, maybe wrap your arm around your low back, reach for the other hip crease, and take your half bind. And release. Let's float ourselves back on through into neutral. We're going to walk our hands to the right, encouraging a bit of a side stretch here. And try to press into that left sitting bone. Try to lengthen the whole left side of your body. Bring yourself back on through the center. Let's take our hands to the other side. And reaching and stretching from the right waist. Lengthen the side body, the arm, the fingertips. We're going to bring ourselves back on through to center. Hands onto your legs and core engages. Let's rise on up. We're going to take seated with the legs wide here. As you come on up to seated, let's try out a variation of a knee down warrior. So we're going to drop our knees off towards the left. And again, you're probably going to want to scoot to the edge of your seat as best as you can. Let's take a moment to line up our left leg. So we'll have a 90-degree angle here, heel in line with knee in line with hip, and then check in with your right leg as well and create that 90-degree angle here too. Hold onto your chair. Option to bring your hands to the sky as you breathe in. So this is called a knee down warrior Anjali Asana. And we are going to give this really wonderful stretch to our quad and our hip flexor and our psoas. Coming back to center, let's grab onto that chair. We're going to try to straighten our right leg out behind us. So this will bring us into a variation of a crescent warrior. So for this one, you can press out through the back of your knee. Try to have your leg as straight as you can. And if you need to have a bit more space, take your right foot to the right more. You don't have to have your heel in line with your hip here. You can have your leg at a bit more angle, but we are going to try to be on our toes so that the majority of the foot is lifted. Hold on to your chair. Maybe take your hands up towards the sky as you breathe here. Encourage your right hip forward, right shoulder forward, left hip back, and left shoulder back. Imagine that you could square your body up to the left side of the room. And we're going to take our hands down. We'll try out a warrior one pose from here. So warrior one, your right foot can hop to the right even more. And then this time your foot will be down. So you're gonna have your heel down and then your back foot is at an angle, 45-degree angle. And again, your heel doesn't have to be in line with your hip. Feel free to take your foot off to the side of the room. That's going to be a bit gentler for your knee. Holding to your chair, maybe hands to the sky with your breath. Let's try to relax our shoulders away from our ears. We'll create a bit of space here between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And we'll try warrior two from here. So as you exhale, we're going to open up the arms out into T. We'll probably just have to realign that back foot a little bit. So for this back foot, try to have your back foot straight with the edge of your room here. And your heel doesn't have to be in line with your back arch. So that's what we do on our yoga mat. Our front heel is in line with back arch. But for in the chair, feel free to take your right foot to the right even more. So this back leg can be at a bit of an angle. And you always just want to make sure that your knee is moving in the same direction as your toes. Let's bring our arms out into a T position. We are going to try to reach and stretch our hands in opposite directions. We'll try out reverse warrior two pose from here. You can float your left hand up and back. So this right hand can glide down your right leg. You could also wrap your arm around your low back, maybe reach for the other hip crease and take a half bind. Engage your core. Let's bring ourselves back on through for warrior two. We'll take ourselves down to a lateral angle from here. So arm to the leg, hand to the sky. And if you're feeling extra flexible today and you want to try extended lateral angle, you can bring your hand down to the ground and get a little bit more of a hip stretch. Core engages. Let's bring ourselves back on up. We can grab onto our chair. Legs are going to come together, staying nice and wide. And let's just drop our knees to the right and the left. So we'll windshield wipe our knees side to side. Great. Let's drop our legs off towards the right. We'll try that knee down warrior on the side. So again, alignment is really important. Heel in line with knee, heel in line with knee in line with hip, shoulders over hips, hands up. And try to do a little scan here of your body. Notice where you're holding tension. And with each exhale, try to let that tension go. Transition to crescent. So feel free to grab onto your chair. You can straighten that leg behind you. Remember that the heel doesn't need to be in line with your hip. You can have it at a bit of an angle. But for this one, we'll try to be right up on the toes of our foot so that the majority of the foot is lifted. Feel your hands reach and stretch up as you breathe here. And we are going to really try to activate that back leg. Try to actively press through your heel and the back of your knee. We'll try warrior one pose from here. So again, feel free to scoot that left foot off to the left even more if needed. But this time we are going to have our heel grounded down. And then you're going to press right into the outer edge of your foot. And 45-degree angle, so maybe aiming to where the two walls come together. And this is going to give us a wonderful calf stretch and a wonderful hamstring stretch. Let's take a breath here. As you exhale, we'll try out warrior two pose. And this time your left foot is going to be nice and straight with the side of your room. So we don't want our toes turning up the mat. We don't want our toes to point away from us either. So just toes are going to point straight forward and try to have them right in line with your knee. Make sure that your shoulders are over the hips. Sometimes in this one, we lean forward or we lean back a little bit. So try to draw the shoulders right over the hips here. Reverse warrior two, right hand up and back. And hand down your back leg. Maybe wrap your arm around your low back. And try to reach and stretch from the right waist. Lengthen the side body, the arm, the fingertips. Coming back on through, let's try out warrior two pose. We'll bring ourselves down to a lateral angle. And maybe extended lateral angle if you'd like to go there. You can lower your hand down. There are many options with the top hand, so hand to the sky. Maybe arm frames your ear, palm faces down. You could also try out that half bind if you wanted to. You could wrap your arm around your low back, reach for the other hip crease. Core engages. Let's bring ourselves back on up. We are going to do a little reset here. We'll take our legs together, but keep them nice and wide. Draw your knees to the right and the left. Little windshield wipe side to side here. Let's bring ourselves on up to standing. We'll do a nice reset on the legs. So that flow is really great for the legs, nice hip opening. Let's take our feet wider than our hips. We'll sweep arms side to side. Bring yourself into empty coat sleeves. And as you twist to one side, just lifting the opposite heel from the mat. So that will just keep your knees protected and nice and safe. Good. Let's come into stillness here. We'll try out a balancing pose. So of course you can grab onto your chair if you'd like. It's always nice to have that support. If the wall's close by, you may want to use that as well. So let's take our right leg up and over. We can have our toes on the ground. Maybe try to lift your leg. And there's also a full wrap if you wanted to try to do that. So you're going to try to wrap your foot all the way around. Now we're also going to wrap our arms up. Let's take our arms out into T position. We'll take our right arm under, left arm over, reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together. Maybe arms wrap and hands wrap. And feel really grounded through all the parts of your left foot. So we'll press through the inside, through the outside. And then notice your body's natural tendency, if you tend to roll in or if you tend to roll out. Let's unwrap our legs. We are going to unwrap the arms. Bring your hands up to the sky into prayer. Hands into the heart space as you exhale. And flow with your breath here. Let's bring those hands up. Full breath in. And release. 3 more times with your breath. As your hands come into prayer at the heart space, let's circle in the other direction. So we'll bring our fingertips to the sky, sweep your arms out and around. Let's gently relax the hands down, left leg up and over. And again, toes on the ground, leg lifts for half wrap or try for that full wrap. Let's bring our left arm under. So arms out into T. Reach for opposite shoulders. Press the backs of your hands together. Arms wrap and hands wrap. And feel grounded through all the parts of that right foot. Press through the inside and the outside. Find your drishti, find that one spot to focus your concentration and to focus your awareness. Let's unwrap the legs. We're going to unwrap arms. Take your hands right up to the sky. This time, bring your index and your thumb to touch and release your hands down. Full breath in. Let's reach and stretch out. Let it go. Let's go 3 more times here. Coming back to neutral. Let's bring our hands behind our body. We'll try out a yoga mudra stretch. So for this one, fingers will interlock, palms will touch. Imagine squeezing a pencil between the shoulder blades. Try to relax your shoulders from your ears, open your chest and your heart. Let's come on down to fold on exhale, hinge at your hips. And your arms can run along your back, and you can also release your arms away from your back body as well. And with each exhale, just letting yourself move a little bit deeper into that shoulder stretch. And we can let that one go. Let's bring our hands onto our low back. Relax your hands down towards the mat. Gently flow on up through the spine. We'll come on up one vertebrae at a time, really engaging your core. As you come to stand, let's take 3 shoulder rolls. Shoulders up, back, down. Inhale, exhale. One more time here. Inhale and exhale. Great. Let's do a little reset here. We'll try out another balance, so feel free to grab onto your chair if you'd like. We're going to try a standing pigeon stretch. So grabbing the chair if you need it, let's take that right leg up and over. We will create a figure 4 stretch. Hands can be at the hips or maybe hands at prayer at heart. Let's bend into that left knee, and we are going to drop our hips back and down. Try to draw your weight into the heel of your left foot. Try to be a little lighter in the toes. And then as you draw your weight back into your heel, toes are light. Almost imagine that your hips could sit back down into a chair. So this is almost a variation of a chair pose. We are going to come on out, right foot plants, left leg up and over. Drop your hips back and down. So if you wanted to deepen your stretch, you can flex your left foot. You can encourage your left knee down a little bit. And as you breathe here, we will just try to relax our body as best as we can. So this is a wonderful stretch for your low back, great stretch for your hips. And this is one of the best stretches if you ever experience sciatica or sciatic pain or anything like that. It can really help to take pressure off of the nerve. Let's take a release here. We're going to reset on our legs. Let's just shake this one out. Shake out your legs. Shake out the feet. Get the blood flowing and circulation to your fingertips and to your toes. Let's come back to stillness here. Feet will be right in line with your hips. And let's try out chair pose. So in eagle, we work with this a little bit. It looked a little different. So imagine that there was a chair behind you. Begin to drop your hips back and down. Take a gaze down. Make sure that you can see the tips of your toes. So we just don't want our knees to move too far forward. Hands can sweep to the sky if you'd like. And bend deeper into your knees. Drop your hips down and back a little bit more. Imagining that there was that chair behind you that you wanted to reach back into. Connect with your breath. Let's breathe into our stomach. Breathe into the ribs. Take your breath to your chest. And then releasing from your chest, ribs and stomach. Come into a forward fold as you exhale. So we're going to release our hands. Hinge at your hips and fold yourself down. Maybe reach for opposite elbows here, coming into ragdoll. And just look at the wall that's behind you. Maybe do a little shift to the right and a little bit of a shift to the left. Coming back to stillness here, relaxing your hands down. We're just going to float ourselves up to the standing pose. We'll come on up one vertebrae at a time. Let's bring our hands onto our shoulders. Let your elbows come forward. Take them up, back, down. Full breath in. And one more time. Nice full shoulder circle. Fantastic. Let's bring ourselves back on through to seated. And then as you come into seated here, scoot to the edge of your seat and give yourself that time to close your eyes. Check in, feel that the core is engaged here. Create a little sensation of tucking your tailbone. Feel your navel move back and up to the spine slightly. And then create this long line that flows through your spine. Lengthening the back of your neck, reaching and stretching through the crown of your head. Feel yourself breathing in and out through your nose. Just simply take a moment here to notice how you feel. Observe your mind and your body in this moment. Feel your mind relaxed, calm, at ease. Feel your body aligned and balanced. Tension that you came to class with, just feeling how that has released with breath and movements and meditation. Letting the eyes open when you are ready. Thank you for joining today. It's wonderful to be here with you. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and I look forward to seeing you next class. Take care.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Melissa.
You're welcome.